first time meeting. Hi, my name is Rebecca. I am 26 years old and I live in North Carolina. That's actually the last time I'm gonna be able to say that in a vlog, I think. But I am so excited to be spending another weekend in my life with you. We are actually getting ready to head out the door. It is about 10:15 a.m. now on Saturday. I've not updated you all yet because we have been busy doing some pampering this morning. Put on some press-on nails, did my hair, did my makeup, got a cute little outfit on because we are actually heading into downtown Raleigh to do a little mini photo session, yeah, with our wedding photographer. And we are actually bringing Mocha along, so this will be interesting. After that, I don't really know where the day is going to take us, but I'm excited to bring you all along. I'm feeling very cute. Mocha's little bag is packed, and fingers crossed we get a few good ones. That's all I'm asking for. Hello. It is a little after 2:30 p.m. somehow. The day is just flying by. Yeah, it's flying by. Our photos went really well. I can't wait to see them in a few weeks. I had two of my friends meet us at the park to kind of help handle Mocha while we took some photos, just the two of us as well. So once our photos wrapped up, we kind of did a little promenade, a little walk around the park, and we just kind of sat down and chatted for a little bit and hung out. And then I think it was a little after 12 o'clock, Cole brought Mocha home so she could have lunch. Yeah, Dad brought you home. And then I went out to lunch with my two friends. We went to a local food hall, which I'd never been there before, and it was so cool in there. And I got a really delicious sandwich. And then we popped into a local bookstore. They're actually about ready to move from that location. That bookstore, it's called The Prologue, which is kind of like the before their main location opens. It's gonna end up being a bookstore and wine bar all in one. But I popped in there and I got a gift for a friend that I'm really excited about. I don't know if she watches these videos, so I'm not gonna share it. But I am gonna have to hold on to it for a couple months because she does not have a birthday until later in the year, and who knows, maybe I'll cave and give it to her earlier. But that was really fun. And now I am back home. I started listening to my book club book on audiobook. Yeah, because the meeting's tomorrow at 3 and I have a long way to go. I think I was only about 25% into the book as of this morning. Hopefully I'm a little bit further, but I don't really know what else we're gonna get into. I need to get myself together. For one, I have stuff everywhere from when I was getting ready this morning, and I need to organize some returns that I think I'm gonna make tomorrow at various places. So I just need to get all that situated, and I don't know what else. It's beautiful outside. It's almost 80 degrees, the sun is shining. Doesn't get much better than that. I could really use a nice crisp poppy right now though, so I think that's what I'm gonna go crack open. And then I don't know where we're gonna go from there. I have some little gardeny things I got from Target like years ago when I thought my niece was coming to visit. It's like a little gnome house and then a little butterfly like garden stone that you can paint. So I kind of want to sit outside and paint those. That just sounds really lovely. But yeah, it's a beautiful Saturday. Happy to be here. How are we doing, everyone?
Great.
I don't know if you watched my most recent video, the day of my life. We were kind of talking about how Mocha was having some digestive issues and we were on the struggle bus. She seems to be kind of back on track now, so fingers crossed it stays that way. Yeah, I hope you stay that way too. It's better for everybody, better for you, better for us. So yeah, in case anybody else was worried about Mocha's potty problems, now you can have some closure. But I'm gonna hang out with her now. Now that I have my press-on nails on, I feel like I can do the proper influencer taps. Here's my puppy. We interrupt our regularly scheduled content for a Pokemon opening. Unboxing? Opening. This could end up being really long because we're opening 6-pack, so I'll just let you guys know if we get any hits.
Or you can show them the ones you like.
Yeah, or the ones that I like. Okay, well, that kind of sucked. We didn't really get anything good, but here's my haul so far. I got, I don't know, it's kind of hard because they're all reflective. Got this cutie. This cutie. I thought they looked sweet. Little elephant. A little applet. I have a couple cards for this Pokemon, but I like this little like claymation art style. This guy, this diva, Cole told me a lot of people hate this Pokemon because it's ugly, but I think it's so ugly that it's fabulous.
Yeah. I
thought this was funny. Teaser toy. A little hippo. I like this little flower. I'm in the middle of something. Oh my god. Oh, and she looked fun. Look what Cole just pulled. Oh my gosh. I think this might be the cutest Pokemon card I've ever seen. Who is Furret? I've never seen this Pokemon before.
You can keep it.
That is so cute. Wow. You just needed to shit talk a little bit and look what we got. Well, that was fun. I'm going to put my Pokemon cards away in my binder because I'm official now. I might need to move some around. I didn't leave a lot of space in between pages. And then once I get those put away, I think I'm going to paint this little butterfly garden stone. I think I'm gonna do it up here because the lighting's honestly quite nice and we don't have a good like tether setup for Mocha currently outside. Maybe that's something we'll look into. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna hang on up here, put Pokemon cards away, paint my butterfly, and listen to my audiobook. Because like I said, I really need to make some progress in this book, but I just don't think me sitting down and reading is realistically gonna get me very far. So I'll be here and I will catch up with you in a bit. Alright everyone, are you ready to see my butterfly?
Yeah.
Ta-da! I felt like it needed a little something, so I decided to be a little brave, a little creative, and just go for it. So I added some polka dots and some stripes, and I feel like it turned out really cute. I'm a little worried. I feel like putting it outside, the rain's just gonna wash all the paint away. I don't really know if there's a little sealant situation I could put on ceramic. I don't know if that's a thing, but I think it's really cute, and that was pretty relaxing. Only 50% through the audiobook, so we still have ways to go, but this was a nice way to just kind of like decompress and multitask, do something a little creative, but also, you know, productive at the same time. So yeah, Mocha, do you like it? Look, do you like my butterfly? Like it? Oh, thank you, Mocha. Husband of the year. Went and picked up carry out from our favorite Thai place. Help a girl out. Oh, you okay, sister? Got some spring rolls and then shrimp pad thai. You already know we gotta put on our go-to dinner show. Hannah Montana. I don't think we're gonna finish before the anniversary thing. Good morning and happy Sunday. It is a little after 9 o'clock. We've had a nice slow start to the morning. We've had our breakfast, had our coffee, and I am hanging out in my PJs for as long as possible. We don't have too much on. Oh, hello, Mocha. Good morning. You coming to say hello? Things on the agenda today. We need to do a long run sometime this morning. Trying to hydrate a bit more before I get out there because it's gonna heat up pretty quick, I think. And then I have book club this afternoon. I'm happy to report I finished the book. Yeah, you try to sit in my lap? Okay. And then, as I was saying, I have book club at 3 p.m. Happy to report I finished the book last night. Crammed it in. I powered through. It was honestly, yeah, it was a wild ending, Mocha. I was not expecting any of that. I don't read thrillers very often, so my bar for them, I would say, is relatively low. Oh, I was reading The Girls Before, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video. And it's about our female main character, Audrey, is a guidance counselor, and she also helps with her local search and rescue. And part of her motivation for doing that is because one of her childhood best friends went missing, and they had a really like complicated relationship, which you kind of explore throughout the book. And then there is a local girl in present day who also kind of goes missing, and our main character kind of goes down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out what happened to this young girl. And it kind of ties in this local myth about a witch in the woods who helps young girls who have been wronged by boys, but that same witch also kidnaps girls sometimes. And you kind of go down this, you know, you kind of follow Audrey as she tries to solve this mystery. Like I said, it was pretty good. I rated it 3 stars. I'm probably not going to think about it much now that I've finished it, but it was enjoyable. Ending was crazy though. I guessed one plot point throughout the whole thing, and then I was kind of just like, well, the last like 50 pages, it was like bam, 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 and it was like, I feel like I had whiplash. There was a lot going on, but I'm excited to chat about that with my friends later today. So those are the only 2 big things on the agenda. Other things I would like to do today, I have quite a few returns I need to make at various places. I don't know if I'll do all of them, but I will try. What I'm working on right now as I hydrate for my run is I want to go through some artwork we already have and just miscellaneous things and try and figure out a gallery wall to put over my work desk. I just really want to brighten up this guest bedroom space that I also work from home in. I love our office in there where our books are. That's where I do a lot of homework and things like that and edit vlogs, like personal stuff. I like having my workspace separate, but I feel like this space is just, it's so white in here. It needs some personality, it needs some color. So like I said, we have some artwork already that I need to go through, and then I bought 2 different pin board options so I can display even more of my pins that I know I'm never going to trade, anything like that. And I think this is going to be like a bigger project, probably in April, but I would also like to paint the nightstands in here. So this is kind of like the prep work for a bigger home project in April. That's what's going on. Going to go through that, try and lay stuff out. Maybe I'll pop into Home Goods later, see if I can find any cute picture frames to, you know, print out some personal favorites to add in there. And then, yeah, I'm gonna pop on a Disney movie, start a fresh little wax melt from Magic Melt Co. I think the one I'm gonna use is the Happily Ever After set. And I will catch up with you in a little bit. It is 12:30 now. I finished up with my run probably about an hour ago. It went so much better than I was anticipating. It was a 5-mile progressive long run, which essentially just means my run was broken up into different segments, and my pace for each of those segments gradually got faster. So I had like a 1.5 mile warm up at a conversational pace, 1.5 miles at an 11:40-ish minute pace, I think, and then a mile at like a 10:40, and then a mile at a 10:10. Progressive long runs are not my strong suit. Majority of the time, whatever the distance is, I just run that at like a conversational pace. So this is my first time hitting my pace targets for a progressive long run in a really long time. So I was really happy with that, and it's 80 degrees outside. The vibes are good. But like I said, I finished up about an hour ago. I took Mocha on a walk when I got back. Cole is seeing Project Hail Mary right now. We cannot leave Mocha for really like longer than 2 hours at a time without mass destruction happening in her crate. So I saw it last week with some friends, and he is seeing it today. I'm really excited for him to get back and we can, you know, get his thoughts on it because we both read the book and all that jazz. I am having lunch right now, a little cottage cheese on an English muffin situation with honey and red pepper flakes. And once I finish this, I think I will finally be like cooled down enough to take a shower and get ready for book club. As far as the gallery wall prep goes, I did order quite a few picture frames. One of the prints I have is just a really odd shape. It was a print they sent to cast members during the 100th anniversary. I've ordered some frames, and then hopefully beginning of April we can go and pick out some paint swatches for the nightstands. And I want to paint the pin board I got. It's a white frame right now, and I think a little light blue would be a fun pop. I don't know. That's what's happening right now. I'm probably just going to watch some TikToks or some YouTube and then get ready for book club. But yeah, I'm really happy with that run. I needed a good run. My legs have they've just been sore. I have not been prioritizing recovery lately and stretching well after runs and mobility stuff. So that was a nice little positive experience, and yeah, it's just been a beautiful day so far. Okie dokie, everyone. It is actually almost 7 o'clock, which is crazy. Book club was good. I don't like to film too much at book club just because you never really know who's gonna be there, and it's a lot of people that we only see once a month, and I don't know, just not quite that vibe yet. But book club was good. Was there for about 2 hours, which is the norm. 2 hours minimum. And then I went and got gas. I know, very riveting. And then went to the grocery store, and our frozen pizza just finished up in the oven. We're trying a new brand. What was this one called? I'm gonna hold up the box.
Porta.
Trying Porta.
I don't have the highest hopes based on.
Yeah, the pepperonis when we took it out were kind of all in one spot. But yeah, we're just gonna enjoy our frozen pizza. The sun is still up, which is just splendid. And we have reached a very pivotal part of season 2. Yeah, we are We've reached a very exciting point in Hannah Montana, season 2, episode 9. Achy Jakey Heart, part 1 of 2. So maybe we'll have to do a double feature. I really should have worn sunscreen today. I didn't realize we were gonna sit outside at book club, but I might have gotten a smidge of a burn. I guess it's that time of year I need to keep a little thing of sunscreen in my purse, but that's what's going on. I didn't do any of the returns I wanted to do today. I even drove right past the mall that I was planning to stop at after book club, but it was a little after 5. I was already getting hungry. I was like, I do not have time to try and figure out this parking situation, run all over the mall. So I will try and figure that out another day. Coleslaw Project Hail Mary. What did you think, Cole?
It was very good.
That was very good. It is a very faithful book to movie adaptation, I feel like. I love Rocky. I also love Ryan Gosling in glasses. That was a really great choice. And yeah, I will catch up with you all at some point. But that's kind of what's been going on. All right, we haven't tasted anything yet, but here is the expectation versus the reality.
Not looking good.
The pepperonis did curl a little though. After you placed them so wonderfully. All right, here we go. Overall, it's just okay. Porta might be a one and done, but I'm just happy to have food. I'm hungry. All right, let's get to Hannah Montana now. It is 8:40. We're just chatty Cathy's this evening. No B-roll this Sunday night. We're yapping. We've just been hanging out on the couch. We actually watched 2 episodes of Company Retreat, which is the same people who made Jury Duty. I was talking to a friend about Jury Duty at book club today. Come to find out, Cole and I only watched 2 episodes of Jury Duty. Because I was asking all of these questions and she's like, they answered it at the end of Jury Duty. And I was like, maybe I have not seen the end of Jury Duty. Yeah, we're really enjoying Company Retreat. Very lighthearted, very funny, and the guy's so nice. My legs have been feeling a little bit more sore than usual as of late. So I think I'm gonna go upstairs and do a little Epsom salt bath situation. I'm not very into the bath world. This is very new territory for me, and this will only be my second time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go upstairs, do a nice little soak, and maybe start a new book. That's one thing I struggle with a bath. I don't know what to do in there. We made the mistake of staying up later last night. And I say we made a mistake because regardless of what time we go to bed, Mocha wakes up at the same time, if not earlier. So, joke was on us. So we're probably gonna go to bed a little bit early, but yeah. We've just been hanging out, being a little lazy. I should have worked on a school project this weekend, but I did not. And I really should have done that because I'm probably not gonna work on it next weekend because we're going to Charleston. So I'll just have to really be on top of my game this week. Alrighty, and just like that, it is 10 p.m. My bath was not as relaxing as I would hope. I fear I made the water too hot and I just started sweating profusely. I tried to cool the water down, but nothing was really working. So I did have to hop in the shower afterwards to clean off all of my sweat. It was truly, I don't think I've ever really sweat like that in my life. But my muscles do feel nice and relaxed, so I guess that's a plus. I am also still getting used to having press-on nails back on. These ones are not even that long in the grand scheme of things. I just have always had very, very short nails, so even this little bit of growth, I feel like I just keep nicking them on things, and it's making me nervous because I just wanted them to last through my birthday. I just needed 1 full week with these nails, so fingers crossed I can manage to keep them on. but like I said, it's around 10 p.m. It is our bedtime. I'm gonna take Mocha outside one more time and then we will get all tucked into bed. But thank you so much for spending the weekend with me. I really appreciate you sharing your time with me. This was such a lovely weekend. The weather was beautiful and I got to spend so much quality time with friends, and we were a little creative and we read, and it was just truly so wonderful. I hope that we have many more weekends like this in our future. I'm so happy that spring is finally here, and I just would love for this warm weather to stick around, but I would love for you to stick around also. So if you enjoyed this video, please definitely subscribe so you do not miss any future ones. We definitely have a lot of travel coming up in the next couple months. Life is going to start feeling a little bit busy, I think, but I need to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next